I handed him the gun out the backseat of the car.
16-year-old Charleston White took the stand and testified against his friend, Antoine Doolittle, who sat just a few feet from him and listened intently.
So we saw the Snitch video, so everybody saw it. It's been on the news before. Just because you saw it, you still broke. It don't change nothing. You still broke. I'm still rich. I'm still getting booked. It don't change nothing.
50 Cent rarely holds back, especially when controversy is in the air. Lately, he's set his sights on Charleston White, and things are escalating quickly. A resurfaced video has reignited public interest and stirred intense debate across social media. The clip shows a young Charleston testifying against one of his own friends years ago, and it's gaining serious traction online. In that footage, Charleston didn't just criticize, he implicated his entire group. This wasn't a casual disagreement either. What he said carried serious legal consequences. Now, 50 Cent is stepping directly into the fray, showing no hesitation. He's made it clear he's focused on Charleston, and the situation is getting increasingly tense. The video making the rounds shows Charleston on the witness stand, speaking openly against a former friend. People are stunned. The online conversation hasn't slowed down since. Charleston's statements back then didn't just ruffle feathers, they revealed everything about his circle. And the impact wasn't small. It affected real lives. Now 50 Cent is jumping into the conversation with full force. And that's when things began to take a disturbing turn.
Doolittle is accused of down 34-year-old Michael Levy of Irving. Levy attempted to stop Doolittle, White, and two other teenagers accused of shoplifting 3 sports jackets and a baseball cap from an Arlington mall in September of 19.
Michael Levy lost his life that day, and the devastation didn't stop there. His wife was left heartbroken. They had only been married for days. Just 4 days into what was supposed to be a lifetime together, and everything fell apart. She believed they had forever, but one tragic moment ended it all. Charleston didn't just testify against Doolittle. He named 3 of his own friends in court. That moment inside the courtroom didn't just grab media attention, it shaped their futures. Ultimately, Charleston received a 12-year sentence for his involvement in the incident. But here's the unexpected part. After serving his time, Charleston came out in a much better position than the others. His criminal record completely sealed. That's right, wiped clean, as if none of it had ever occurred. Once he was released, it was like hitting the reset button on his entire life, while the rest of his former crew faced their charges without any way out.
This is to say, Levy pounded on their windshield until the teens threw the jackets out the car window. Then Doolittle supposedly shot him in the back as Levy walked.
So when that old footage of Charleston resurfaced online, it caused an uproar like a spark in a powder keg. Social media exploded. Outrage spread quickly, and the internet was quick to brand him a snitch. The clip went viral, and Charleston faced heavy backlash. But Charleston, he stayed unfazed. Calm and composed, he jumped online cracking jokes, acting as if nothing had happened. No signs of remorse or pressure, just laughter. He even mocked the outrage, saying the noise wouldn't touch his income or slow down his hustle. He joked about possibly turning the whole situation into material for his comedy sets. Through all the criticism, Charleston remained defiant. He made it clear he stood by his decisions and wasn't losing sleep over any of it. In his words, "I ain't friends with nobody," and he meant it, unapologetic and firm in his stance. If Charleston had the chance to go back and do it all again, he says he wouldn't change a thing. He's been very clear about his stance. He no longer lives by the street code or stays silent out of loyalty. Instead, he's pushing to shift the entire mindset. Even if it means going against people from his own community, Charleston has made it crystal clear he's not sacrificing his freedom for anyone, friend or not. That old belief in loyalty above everything, he's not subscribing to it. To him, loyalty shouldn't mean throwing away your future. In one eye-opening interview, Charleston bluntly stated, "We're all criminals and crooks," but he quickly pivoted, declaring, "I'm the one who called the feds. I'm a citizen now. I'm a police ninja." And he said it with full confidence, without a trace of humor. He proudly talked about voting, holding a job, and even joked that he's always the last one to drop off his ballot on election day. "You damn right, I'm a police ninja," he said boldly. "I'm grown. I'm 40. I'm not about to be sitting in jail at 50 for nothing."
Which was a Caucasian man by the name of Michael Levy. I was sentenced to 12 years under Texas juvenile determined sentencing law. My 3 co-defendants, all of them was tried as adults. They were 15 and older. I was 14. So I went into a boys' home that was co-ed with boys and girls. So I spent my entire teenage life from 14 to 21 in the boys' home. When I got out at 21, my record was sealed, so there's no record of me ever being in.
And it was clear Charleston meant every word he said. He's not pretending to be anything he's not. He's upfront about his position and doesn't hide it. He openly admitted he'd report anyone if it meant avoiding a prison cell. That's his personal code, and he's not bending it for anyone. Now, speculation is spreading that Charleston might be the reason Brick Baby was picked up by federal authorities. While most would stay silent or quickly deny any involvement, Charleston did the opposite. He went online and casually took credit for it. Here's what led up to it. Brick Baby posted a video in Houston, flashing large amounts of cash and making bold, aggressive statements. At one point, he even threatened to put a hit out on Charleston. But Charleston didn't let that slide. As soon as the video surfaced, he claimed he picked up the phone and contacted federal law enforcement himself. Charleston said he has direct lines to authorities and knows exactly who to reach when things get serious. And that's not where it ends. Rumors also suggest that he may have reported Boosie to the police. Last year, Boosie was allegedly involved in threatening a Memphis show promoter who had booked Charleston. While Charleston hasn't confirmed making that call, once the internet caught wind of the story, the backlash was immediate and intense. Fans quickly brought back the rat label, and social media didn't hold back. Still, Charleston remained unfazed. From the beginning, he's been vocal about abandoning the traditional street code. His focus, he says, is simple: survival, self-preservation, and living on his own terms. But this time, the internet isn't giving him a pass. Critics are calling him out in force, saying his "I'm not a rat" claims are completely false. They're digging up clips, quotes, and past statements to paint him as inconsistent, even hypocritical. Charleston, however, stays ready with a response. He insists he's not the typical informant people make him out to be. In his view, it's not about attention, money, or revenge. That's not his goal. He believes everything he does comes from a deeper sense of purpose, and because of that, he refuses to wear the label others try to put on him.
Think they're gonna stop booking me? You think they're gonna stop interviewing me? You think people gonna stop? Nah, you still gonna be poor, and I'm still gonna be rich.
So, what's driving all this so-called snitching? According to Charleston, he's on a mission to reshape the streets for good, to shift how people think and act. And surprisingly, he's been backing that up with real effort. After serving his sentence, Charleston returned home with a different mindset. He got straight to work, aiming to make a meaningful impact. Since then, he's been engaging with youth visiting schools, juvenile detention centers, and community spaces, sharing his own experiences, the chaos, the regrets, the wrong turns. His goal? To steer them away from the same mistakes he made. But he didn't stop at just speaking engagements. Charleston played a key role in launching a program called Hype, designed to mentor at-risk youth who are standing at a crossroads between street life and something even more destructive. Through that program, he's been encouraging better choices, offering hope, and helping teens envision a future beyond prison or violence. As Charleston put it himself, "Why you think I told? I don't care. I'm not friends with anybody." And here's the part that caught even more attention. Charleston has openly discussed the idea of creating a snitching program aimed at helping teens break free from dangerous situations and start fresh. It's unconventional, no doubt, but he believes it could flip the narrative entirely. Still, not everyone is on board. While his message is centered on change, his methods continue to stir controversy. Charleston is fully aware that not everyone supports his approach, and he knows he has a long road ahead before the public fully understands his perspective. One person clearly not in his corner is G.I. the Kid. G.I. didn't hold back. He went off on X, saying, "Can't beef with no dude that's been ratting since the 90s. He a throwback rat." That line hit hard, classic old school criticism with bite. Since then, the tension between the two has only escalated. Naturally, Charleston didn't stay silent. He fired back on Instagram, saying, "I see G.I. King got smoke in his chest." This came after G.I. allegedly messaged him directly, calling him out as a rat.
I hope it is. I want to snitch. I want to snitch. I want to tell. Whatever they call telling, snitching, I want to do it. And I want to make it cool. I don't recommend doing 20 years for nobody. I don't recommend doing a life sentence for nobody. It's no honor amongst thieves. So why do I have to be honorable amongst thieves? Why? We all criminals and
But then Charleston crossed a serious line, one that had people across the internet talking. He posted a message saying, "May his son rest in peace and the slayer be forgiven by God and live a long life of redemption. Remember how your son died?" The post caused immediate outrage. What made it even more shocking was that it came from the author profile of his own children's book, I Am Woke C. And this wasn't some offhand remark, it was a calculated statement filled with emotion and provocation. But Charleston wasn't done. He followed up with a video and a caption that read, "You still talking street after they unalived Junior." The message was clear and it hit hard.
I'm the one that put the feds on brick bacon. I keep telling you, y'all niggas think I be playing.
Charleston went beyond what most would consider acceptable. He openly mocked the tragic death of G.I.'s son with no visible remorse, saying, "You got a dead son and you talking about snitching? Pow, that dude shot your son in the head. Boy unalive. Pow, young G, I got shot. It was brutal, offensive, and left people stunned." Then, making matters worse, Charleston began impersonating G.I. and Wallow mourning, saying, "You and Wallow was crying. Oh, my son got ended. It was cold and unfeeling, leaving much of the internet speechless."
I'm gonna put your mother ass in jail. Boy, you making threats to the promoter? I got a recorded phone conversation with witnesses on the phone saying the promoter is scared for his life, that he got to live in Baton Rouge, that Boosie go send them people to get you. He said he can't have the show because Boosie go. I said, nigga, I just hired the police. The promoter scary.
Let's be honest, Charleston snapped. All of this was in response to being labeled a rat by G.I. Clearly, that accusation struck a nerve. Though he tries to present himself as unaffected and unbothered, this reaction showed something different. He lost composure, and it revealed just how much it really got to him.
Our black kids don't have no protection. You don't even have nobody standing in the gap for them and God. They just on their own.
Finding their way out.
Homie, listen. They have to go to jail and they have to die because it ain't nothing God can do with them. Why you think it's so many young people dying today? We ain't never seen this before. We ain't never seen young. They have to because it ain't nothing God can do with these hearts of young people because of the fruit that they come from. The seed in.
And what about 50 Cent through all of this? He's been watching the situation unfold, likely with that familiar smirk. Because if there's one thing 50 is known for, it's calling out snitches. He's done it time and time again over the years. Never pulling punches, just look at his recent attacks on Big Meech. 50 has been relentless, accusing him of cooperating and ridiculing him all over social media. No restraint, no censorship, and certainly no sympathy. And now that 50 Cent is trending once again, Charleston didn't waste any time inserting himself right into the drama.
It's all the same. Sit your down. Some of these little ain't never had a hug from Big Mama. They grandmama said, I'm too young to be a goddamn grandmama. Call me mama. Don't call me grandmama. Grandmama don't even want to be young. Don't even want to be called grandmama.
Not real.
So you can't just go up and lay your head on the chip. Boy, what the f you want? Boy, I'm ticking you got kid. I'll be having your mama come get you. They being rejected like straight off. Get away from her. Get.
No. Charleston appeared on the Danza Project and didn't hesitate to share his thoughts on the situation. When it came to the tension between 50 Cent and Big Meech, Charleston said the whole thing didn't add up. In his view, the two aren't even operating on the same level, and he was clear about where the advantage lies. According to Charleston, 50 Cent clearly holds the upper hand in every aspect. So to him, this wasn't a feud, it was one-sided. In fact, he went as far as calling it bullying. And he didn't just say it behind closed doors, he openly referred to 50 as a bully. A bold move. No doubt. So, how did 50 respond after being called out like that? Surprisingly, he didn't react with his usual intensity. No harsh comeback, no trolling spree, none of the aggressive energy people might have expected. Instead, 50 simply posted a promo for his upcoming show on Instagram and moved on calm, composed, and focused. And truthfully, it seemed like he might have even agreed with some of what Charleston said. For once, there was no social media war, no back and forth drama. Charleston may have avoided a major blow-up this time, but don't be fooled. When it comes to 50 Cent, the quiet moments rarely last long. Meanwhile, Charleston continues stirring the conversation, pushing boundaries, and keeping his title as one of the most unpredictable voices online. People are paying close attention and they're not letting up. Just because Charleston says he's on a mission to change the narrative doesn't mean he's dialing things down. Not even close. He's still outspoken, confrontational, and completely unfiltered. Same Charleston, same approach. But what do you think? Is Charleston White genuinely trying to make a difference? Or is this all about staying relevant and chasing views? Let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Big stories, major drama, and more updates coming soon. See you in the next one.